So I woke up this morning and I went outside and it was very cold and snowy. And I thought, man, it would be a great day to make some nice hot chicken noodle soup on a day like today. So I don't have my driver's license yet, so I decided to call up my grandpa Bubba to come take me shopping to get all the ingredients for the soup. And I'm going to use my mother's recipe because it is the best recipe for chicken noodle soup in the world. So Bubba showed up and away we go. So the first stop is the butcher's shop where you can buy homemade chicken stock, and I'm telling you, it is the best kind of chicken stock there is, and it's so much better than the kind you can buy at the store. So here it is, the chicken stock. And of course I have to pay for it with my Bubba's cash. Now we are off to Lucky's to do our shopping, and I'm telling you, I just love Lucky's. So now here we are at Lucky's, and first let's go ahead and get some fresh vegetables. Fresh is always best. Here are some fresh carrots, which we will chop up later on, and some fresh celery. And remember, fresh is the best. Now let's get some noodles. I like big, thick, fat noodles in my chicken noodle soup, to be honest. Because you know, folks, skinny noodles just don't ever seem to work as well. So first I need some chicken breast, and to get that, I stopped by to see my favorite butcher to get some chicken breast. And now off to the cash register, and one of my favorite parts of all, using my Grandpa Bubba's credit card. And now we are finally on our way back to Bubba's Kitchen to make the world's most absolutely delicious chicken noodle soup. You guys are just gonna love this, and I know that for the #1 fact. So here we are back at the kitchen, and the first step is to cut up the carrots, the celery, and of course the main ingredients, the world's beautiful chicken. And then we are absolutely more than ready to go. Now I got it all organized right here because I'm telling you, organization is one of the world's most #1 steps of cooking. The carrots, the celery, and the chicken. And the chicken broth, and the noodles. We have some white pepper and a little salt. Let's get this heat going on my soup bowl here. A nice medium-high heat. Now let's pour some canola oil in. And let this heat up just for a minute or two. Now let's start out by putting one piece of chicken in and see if it starts to sizzle very nicely just the way we want it to. Now you can see how our chicken is starting to sizzle. So we are now ready to put in the rest of this beautiful chicken in right now. Uno, dos, you hear that sizzle? And sizzle is absolutely the best. One of the most important things you gotta learn after touching raw chicken is you always have to wash your hands very good. So that's just what I need to do right now. Towel, please. Thanks, folks. Get out of here.
Yeah, hey, okay.
And we stir. The chicken is starting to turn a little white, and that's good because that is just how I want it to look. Now folks, if you're really busy making chicken noodle soup, then you could also always use a rotisserie chicken as the chicken part. Now we are going to add in our chopped up carrots and celery. Bam! And of course, we stir. Now we add in this full container of the beautiful chicken broth we bought at the butcher shop. And we are going to pour it in very slowly. Bam! And then we go back to stirring, of course. Now we are going to add in our spices, our salt and our white pepper. Bam! About a teaspoon of each. And we stir. Now that we need more fluid, we're going to add in this 1 thing of water and this 1 thing of roasted chicken base. All right, so we're going to very slowly pour this in. And then we are going to take 1 spoonful of this. And this is really going to bring out the flavor. And chicken noodle soup is all about the flavor. And we stir. So folks, now I'm going to get this up to a boil. While we're waiting, I'm just going to tell you that chicken noodle soup is always a great thing to eat when you have a little cold or if you're feeling a little sick. It always makes you feel so much better after when you're in the middle of one of those things. So that's why we're going to make it today on a day like today when it's cold and the weather's just not as nice as it is in the summer, to just make us feel so warm. And folks, you see how it's beginning to boil? Well, that's good, and because that is just how we want it. Let's give it a little stir. So folks, now that we got a really good boil, it is time for the main ingredients, the noodles. We're going to take 1 handful at a time. 1, 2, 3. Now we need to stir our noodles up together so they do not all stick together, because we would never want that to happen in this recipe for chicken noodle soup we're making today. Not in this kitchen. Now basically we want to let these noodles sit in the soup for about 10 to 12 minutes. Oh man, folks, I'm telling you, this is starting to smell extra good, and just the way we want it to. So there goes the beeper. Now we're going to turn our heat down to low. We're going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes. So this is now ready to go, so now we are going to turn off our stove completely. And then folks, as all chefs like to do, we always like to see how things are tasting. Hallelujah! So folks, now let's take some of this and get it into a bowl. Now folks, look at this nice, beautiful steaming chicken noodle soup all ready for a nice, perfect winter day. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Now we got our nice, hot, perfect chicken noodle soup ready for a nice, beautiful winter day. Well, that's it for today, folks. I'll be back making another video soon, and I bet you guys are all very excited to see what it is I'll be making next. So, I will see you then. Adios and yum yum.